Top 5 cool facts about bats. Hi, it's me. Today we're going to be talking about bats. For my first fact, they are the only land mammal that can truly fly. Now, you might be thinking, hey, what about flying squirrels? Well, technically, flying squirrels don't actually fly. They glide. They have special skin flaps that allow them to glide from tree to tree. And bats are the only mammals that can sustain true flight, which is pretty awesome. For my second fact, bats use echolocation to find their way around in the dark. Now, this isn't just limited to bats. There are other animals that use echolocation, such as dolphins and some species of birds and reptiles. But bats are the only mammals that use echolocation to find their way around in the dark. And they do this by making a series of clicking sounds, and then listening for the echoes to come back. This allows them to build up a mental map of their surroundings, and helps them to navigate in complete darkness. For my third fact, there are over 1,400 species of bats worldwide, and they come in all shapes and sizes. The smallest bat in the world is the Kitti's hog-nosed bat, which is only about the size of a bumblebee and weighs less than a penny. On the other hand, the largest bat in the world is the flying fox, which has a wingspan of up to 6 feet and weighs over 3 pounds. Now, personally, I would love to see a flying squirrel or a flying fox. How about you? Which one would you want to see more? Let me know in the comments below. My fourth fact, bats are really important for the environment because they help to control insect populations. Many bats eat thousands of insects every year. And in some parts of the world, bats are the main predators of agricultural pests. This means that they help farmers by reducing the amount of damage that these pests cause to crops. In fact, in one study done in China, it was estimated that one little Kitti's hog-nosed bat can save a farmer about $120 worth of crops each year by eating all of the harmful insects that would otherwise eat the crops. That's why in some countries, like in China, they actually farm bats. They have special bat houses that they put up so that bats will live in them, and then they'll eat all of the insects that are destroying the crops. And for my last fact, despite their important role in the environment, bats are often misunderstood and feared by humans. In many cultures, bats are seen as symbols of death and disease. And this is likely because of their association with darkness and their ability to carry diseases that can be harmful to humans. For example, bats are one of the main reservoirs of the rabies virus. However, it's important to remember that not all bats are infected with rabies, and the risk of contracting the disease from a bat is very low. In fact, there are only about 100 cases of rabies in humans each year, and bats are only responsible for about 20 of those cases. Still, that's not very many, considering how many people there are in the world. So yeah, although bats can carry diseases that are harmful to humans, it's important to remember that they are also an important part of the ecosystem, and we should appreciate them for that. Now, I have a question for you. What is your favorite thing about bats? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to follow for more fun facts. Till next time, it's me. And remember, stay curious.